that's definitely going to be in the way. So we'll have to look into that and get back to you guys on that. Alright, so knowing the short I just threw up, I said I was going to probably push this upload back. It'll probably still be thrown up either later today or tomorrow. So did get the intake in. I'll unbox that in a little bit. Before I do that, I'll kind of continue on from the LS1 water pump and idler relocator. Well, like I said, I'll continue on to that. So I got the thermostat in, for all the thermostat housing and the thermostat. I'll be reinstalling the power steering pump and the pulley. Got a remanufactured kit, or power steering pump, because I didn't know the condition of the old one. So it's got a reman power steering pump. And then since the pulley was powder coated, I did end up removing it from the power steering pump. It's pretty much the only way you get the pump off the bracket is by removing the pulley. Just got a little cheap Harbor Freight pulley remover and installer set. Worked pretty good, nice and easy. But once I get that installed, I'll be throwing the belt on. This is actually a different belt. I plan on routing it a different way from when I put in the video. So hopefully this is the correct belt. Like I said, I've looked up on the different couple forums and online, and the way I want to route the belt, it suggested this belt. So hopefully this one is the correct one. I'll throw up a picture of the two different belts and how they're routed differently. So I'll throw those up. Then once everything gets put back on, I'll route this one how I want it to be routed instead of the other belt. And like I said, I'll show you guys the difference and just make sure this one fits correctly. If not, excuse me. If not, I'll probably just order the other belt and route it differently. But I want to go with the way this belt is routed. So that's the plan. I'll put you guys down. I try to make it quick because it is still cold outside. It's about 38 in the garage right now. So yeah, but let me get started throwing the power steering pump on, get the pulley back on, route the belt, and then I'll unbox the intake. Nothing special, just the JEGS fabricated intake. I won't install it, but I will mock it up just to see how everything sits, and it gives me an idea for how I'm going to do the fuel pressure regulator, because I am going to have to rethink my whole fuel system. I was talking to a couple buddies, and the way I was going to do it was kind of pushing it for the power I want. So I'd rather make sure it's getting more than enough fuel than make sure it's barely getting enough fuel. So of course that'll be a different video about the fuel system. Alright, so this pulley is definitely not going to be a how-to. It's probably one of the hardest parts I've encountered so far. I'm not sure if I just didn't have the tool set up right or what, but it's on there now. Everything's pretty much lined. Well, not pretty much. Everything's lined up. So, not sure how well that'll pick up. Let me try this way. So, let's say everything's lined up. All the pulleys, idler, all that, it's lined up. But this, I'll definitely just probably have it on the time lapse or cut it out completely. It's probably one of the toughest parts I've had so far trying to get together. So that is on. I don't think it's supposed to. Well, okay, so that's on. I'll go ahead, I guess, put the alternator on. I think I have the bolts for that. If not, I know I have one for sure, if not two. So I know it's at least one of those, if not both of those. So I'll get the alternator thrown on, and then I'll route the belt and see how it looks. I might have a problem though. I might have a problem. So we'll see about that. Oh, yeah, it's definitely going to be in the way. So we'll have to look into that and get back to you guys on that. Cause the other one, like the other one comes straight up. So I don't know. We'll have to see. I might have to order the different belt, because there's no way it's going to clear the thermostat like that, even if this was shifted over a little bit. But I'll have to look into that problem. But for now, like I said, I've been out here way too long trying to put the balancer on, or the pulley for the power steering pump. So I'm gonna set the camera up, clear this stuff off, and then open up the intake and just throw it on there. So catch you guys back on probably when it's actually on the car. But here we go. Well, I'll just set up the tripod and so there we have it. I'd have preferred it a little bit lower, but I think it's going to be good. I didn't order the throttle body or anything yet. I'm still looking and debating if I want to do the 92 or the 102. I'm leaning more towards the 92, just because it's a 4.8. If it was something bigger, I'd probably go a little bit bigger on the throttle body, but it being a smaller engine, I think the 92 should do pretty good. But yeah, I think it's gonna look good on there once I figure out the routing of the belt. But I was looking at some different brands and everything, but just Google searching it, and you see other brands pop up. It'd be like full setup for like $500. I was thinking about going that route, but a lot of them didn't have the hole for the map sensor, and then they all came with like the 102, which, like I said, I'll kind of leaning more towards the 92 millimeter throttle body, just because it is the 4.8. It's not the prettiest in there, but I think it should be good. They come with all the gaskets and hardware. I still have to order. Well, should have the fuel rails in here. I know I'm making a mess right now. I'm kind of done with the cold, but I just wanted to get this video up. So this should be the fuel rails. Yeah, so could have done with all black, but I know why they have to put their logo on it. Crossover. I might make a different one because, like I said, I have to order more fuel hose. So I don't even think this is going to work for the setup I'm going for. But I'll go over that at a later date. But yeah, it does come with the fuel rails. still debating if I want to order like 60-pound injectors or 80 or somewhere in between. Still doing my homework on all that stuff, so that's why I didn't order everything yet, but I do have the intake, so it looks good. The camera might die. It's, like I said, cold out here. Been out here for a while, but it looks like it fits. I know a lot of aftermarket ones, they say you have to like either get a different valley cover because the intake won't work, or you have to modify it a little bit, which here looks like there's plenty of room, nothing's hitting. Yeah, that's it. I'm a little disappointed with the belt routing, but take a look at the other belt and see. Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be close. It's going to be close. Open it up and see. So that's hitting right on it, but I'm not sure if the tensioner was over just a little bit, if that fixed the problem or not. But yeah, it's as it is right now. It will not work with this belt routing. It might even just be the tensioner, so I'll look into that also, seeing if I have to order just the OEM style tensioner, or if I just have to go with a different belt setup. But I think that angle will be the same right in the middle of it, so I might have to do a different style tensioner. Yeah, so we'll see. But just wanted to get the pulley back on, the belt and everything on, and then unbox the intake. So let me clean this up a little bit, and then I'll probably grab a shot of it or something without all the clutter in the back. But it's starting to look pretty good. Like I said, even if it was a lower intake, when I move this pulley over, or even if it was still right here, it'd be in the way of the throttle body and everything a little bit. But everything should be just fine. It's going to be plenty of clearance under the hood. So yeah, there we have it. Like I said, got all this situated. The turbo kit and everything should be in tomorrow, so I have a video next week on unboxing that, and then I'll probably put everything on and just see how everything fits outside the car. Give you guys a little bit of a just preview of what it's going to look like when it's outside the car. It'll be a lot easier to see how everything's routed and goes together versus it being in the car. So that's the plan. Like I said, the camera's about to die, so cut it out there. Alright, so I'm still out here for some reason. Kind of just loosened up the tensioner and slid it down a little bit, and I figured if I take about 5 inches out of the belt, so if I do like a 98-inch belt, it should have the tensioner sit low enough where, let's see, so this is what I'm thinking. I'm not sure yet. I'll probably look online, try to find a 98-inch belt or something and try to get it somewhat close. But I figured if the tensioner was a little bit lower, set up, I say if I take about that much out of the belt, and if I take that much out of the belt, and once it gets tightened up enough, now it doesn't want to cooperate, but I said if it's in there, it should clear the thermostat. Not by a whole lot, but by enough. But I'll still look into it and see if the stock tensioner sits a little bit different, or look into seeing if the other belt routing lines up a little bit better to clear the thermostat. So that's my biggest problem. Had to probably edit all that stuff out beforehand, but that's what I'm thinking, because I kind of want to keep the ICT billet stuff. So if I get it to where it's tightened up enough to clear everything, I'll be happy with it. But in the meantime, I'm gonna organize all this stuff and go back inside and warm up. I thought about taking the belt off of here and seeing if it would route a certain way, but maybe another day. Yeah, that's it. That's done. All this stuff is buttoned up, so yeah. But that's kind of what I'm thinking. Take about 5 inches out the belt, and she should be good. But that looks pretty good. But I'll catch you guys back on and just wait for my turbo kit to come in.